Do you have a product or project that you would like to promote on my show? Or would you like a chance to be interviewed? Email avielisadvertising@gmail.com for more details.
Hi, my name is Zuri, and Aviel is interviewing me.
Hey everyone, thank you again for joining me for another week. I'm here with the beautiful Miss Zuri Hall.
Hi. Hey y'all. I'm Zuri Hall.
She's Zuri Hall.
That's my super corny line. I did.
Yes, she has a YouTube channel here, and if you probably recognize her, you probably have seen her on TV. Mm-hmm. She is a host with MTV. Did I already say that? It's just
no,
MTV.
I know, it's like so close.
So tell everybody who you are, what you do on your channel, and what you do professionally.
Okay, cool. So my YouTube channel is called HeyZuriHall, and it's basically just my one-stop destination for how to get it right in love, life, and style. So I do style videos, a little bit of beauty. It's a lot of sort of the industry secrets I've learned and the makeup products I've learned from the makeup artists and stylists who work on me for TV. And then just a lot of like love and dating advice. Because I love boys. I was like boy crazy. And yeah, and then in real life, not YouTube life, I'm an MTV host. So like back in the day, they used to call them VJs. Oh, and, you know, you had like Sway and John Norris and Ananda Lewis and all those people. Lala. So I just host a bunch of random shows for MTV. Like I've been hosting The Challenge. It used to be called Road Rules versus Real World. I host the after shows and the reunions for that. So that's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just music and entertainment, news and stuff like that.
That's so exciting. Yeah. And you won an Emmy Award.
I won an Emmy, yeah.
So explain what an Emmy Award is for me. for them, not me. I know everything. And tell me like how did you win it?
Yeah, so an Emmy is basically, you have Oscars, you have Grammys, you have Emmys. So Oscars acknowledge the best of the best in the world of acting, theater, television and film, etc. The Grammys are the same thing for music. Tonys are for like musicals and theatrical productions. Emmys are for TV. But so like you can win a daytime Emmy if you have a really great daytime talk show. Like The Real could win an Emmy for the show, or Adrienne Bailon could win an Emmy for being the best host out of all of the other hosts in the country for her job on The Real. So there are also regional Emmys. So my Emmy is a regional Emmy from my first year in television, and I was working as the face of Miami TV. That was my title. So I was doing a bunch of like PSAs and commercials and like community segments, human interest piece, and I was nominated in the Outstanding Talent Host category. So I was just up against other hosts who do what I do. And then I won the Emmy. So that's what it is. So it's just like, hey, I do. I have my gold statue. It's the same Emmy no matter what level you win at, which is crazy to me. But I have a little gold statue, and it's on my desk at MTV in my office. And
isn't that inspiring?
I just
like,
read
on television. So it's like So like, was that your dream growing up to be on television? Was it so specific that you knew that you wanted to be a host?
No, I never even looked at hosting as a job. I always wanted to be an actress, so I sang and I acted. Yeah, I love it. And I minored in theater, so I studied it. I really grew up acting. So I knew I just wanted to be in TV. I wanted to entertain people. I wanted to show my personality. And then I was like a month from graduating from college, and just like everybody else, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I was like looking at call centers, like I was just about to do whatever. But I wanted to do something fun, so I was on Craigslist. Super shady.
Wow.
Don't recommend that. But then, as all of my Craigslist postings were like super sketchy, I stumbled into like a Google link that was like, oh, there's a competition. Do you want to be the next face of Miami TV? And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want to be the face of it. I saw TV at the end, so I don't know what it means. So I looked it up, and it was a totally legit competition in Indianapolis to compete with hundreds of other people to win a one-year contract at this local TV station. I was like, okay, sure, this sounds better than being at a call center. Call centers are awesome. I worked at them when I was younger, but I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. So I drove up from Columbus to Indiana in my little 99 Ford Taurus Hoopty. No air conditioning. It was hot. and I auditioned for like a few minutes, and then I drove like 4 hours back. And I was in college, I was broke, I could barely afford the gas to get there.
Wow.
So people were like, "You're crazy, just like chill, Zuri. It's not that serious," but it was for me.
Yeah.
And
you got it.
I ended up winning the position, and that snowballed into this career that I love.
Oh my gosh, you see, like taking chances like that you're working on MTV. You probably never even thought that you would be working there.
That it would be possible. I always thought in the back of my mind it would be cool to work there. I would love to end up at MTV, but in that way that you don't really entertain it because you think it's so far-fetched. So to see that happening just a few years later.
So how are you with competition? Because you said hundreds of people are competing to become the face. So how did you feel when you were going up against other girls or other men? Like how did that feel?
Both. It felt competition, like it brings out the best in me and the worst in me. Not in like a nasty way. Like I don't believe in being like a nasty competitor. I don't believe in being a sore loser. I just don't. Like it's nothing is that serious that it has to turn you into like a bad person to be around. But it brings out the worst in me. Like I get stressed. I take it super seriously. I'm like, I can't live my life until I know have I won or have I lost in anything in life. So it was a stressful time for me, but it brings out the best in me in the sense like I'm giving you everything I've got. You know, like I'm gonna sell myself. I'm gonna work these rooms. I'm gonna work these people, and I like it because I like setting goals and accomplishing them. And so, I realize you have to not get some of the things to get some of the others. So if I don't put myself out there, I'm not going to be able to experience moments of success, you know? So I'm not really afraid of rejection. I just hope I get a couple of yeses.
I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, all you need is one. Yeah.
You just had this one, and look where it has escalated, and I know it's just going to take you even further in your career.
I hope so.
Oh, no, you have to know so, because you knew that what you were doing, driving the 4 hours, was going to be something for you, and look where you are now. That's very inspiring. So you said you went to school for acting.
Well, I minored in theater, so that was my minor degree at Ohio State. I majored in strategic communication, which was just their fancy way of saying like public relations. I took a couple broadcast journalism classes, but we didn't have a broadcast journalism major, so I was really kind of focused on PR, communicating with mass audiences. But on the behind the scenes level, so it just sort of flipped itself, and I ended up communicating with mass audiences.
That's funny.
That's great.
So how do you feel about, since you're somewhat in, I don't want to say you're in journalism, but you're
technically, like, I mean, I've anchored hard news before too, and that's definitely broadcast journalism for sure. Now, not so much journalism as it is entertainment television.
So how do you feel about people being their own reporters now? Like, you know, like stories, you really don't know what is a true story now. People are coming anywhere. They can have a special account on Instagram, and their account is to report news, and what they say people take, you know, as it is written in stone. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a slippery slope. I think it should come with a lot of responsibility, and there should be people holding us accountable. And so it's like a weird wild, wild west in the digital front right now, where everyone's just like putting on this reporter hat and being like, I'm a reporter. But not really, because like in traditional news, there are checks and balances. You have a news director. So as a reporter, I would pitch an idea or pitch a story or say, hey, I got a tip where I have a lead. What do you think about this, news director? And then they, in an ideal world, have had many years of experience with news, so you check your facts, you cross-reference, you get verified sources, and then through a series of hoops, a story makes it on air or makes it into a paper. And that's how you can trust, I believe this, because it wasn't just someone being like, hey, I heard this, and now
you're putting it up there. And then my problem is, like, I could be watching CNN, but they are referencing tweets.
It's weird. I think it's cool that like CNN and like traditional media is like getting with the time and sort of integrating social media, because it's not going anywhere. So they have to integrate it into the situation to stay relevant. Otherwise, they're not going to be relevant eventually. I think it's okay to reference tweets and Instagram captions and whatever else if you just want a direct quote from a specific person. Like if Christina Aguilera says something on Twitter, she said it on Twitter. Same thing as saying it on a camera or into a microphone. So you can take a quote or say someone said this or that, but it gets messy when people are like tweeting breaking news. 10 people just got shot. It's crazy.
But you don't know.
But you just saw that. So now some other reporters retweeting that or tweeting it out themselves. Because everyone wants to be first to a story now, you know? The only way you get people to pay attention these days is if you break the news first. Because there's so many places I can go for my news. Why should I care? Because you're always first. That's why TMZ is so popular. They know everything about. They're probably somewhere in here right now just waiting for us to say something crazy to break the news.
That's scary. You don't know. I think they probably a lot of stars probably call them up.
Oh, for sure.
You know
that's Hollywood all the way. Like,
oh my God.
And you call the paparazzi. Like, you literally tell them where you're gonna be, and then you walk out of the restaurant and pretend to not want them there.
Don't feel me. Yeah. I say that all the time, and they believe me so much they don't even come out to take a picture. So I got full, you guys. Okay. So you host for the challenge, which is the real world versus road rules.
Yeah.
I like to road rules.
They don't even do. That's why they renamed it the challenge. Because there's no road rules.
When I tell you I was obsessed with that, I had my favorite characters. But I forgot her name. Dang, she just passed too.
Oh, Dion Brown.
Dion, her and CT and their relationship.
Yeah.
Adam, I followed it for a long time. Like, how is it with reality TV? Is it really reality? I feel like
it's real. Like, I was surprised how real it can get, especially with like the real world and like the challenge and stuff. Some reality shows are very scripted, you know, like they'll throw out suggestions. Hey, how about you guys sit back down at the table and talk about this instead, and then see what happens. So you're definitely like sort of moving the chess pieces because you want a certain outcome. But with like the challenge and real world, like they're really going at each other.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a competition. That's why
it's
I love
serious.
it. That's why I love it because people want that money, you know.
They want that money, and so and like you were saying with competition, things come out of people, so it's legit.
Yeah, and then like not only are you putting people in a competitive mindset, they're also with people that they find attractive, so that brings on more
steamy hookups
that
I need to talk about.
A storyline.
Right.
And then like the reunion shows, I haven't got a chance to watch the after talk, like all of them, but like do the fights, like are they really trying?
Oh no,
to
they're for
people?
real.
Why would they put these people together?
Well, because it's good TV. Would you watch it? Everybody just sat there and went, oh my God.
I guess.
So it's good TV.
It's hard to balance when you have a reality show and not have the drama, because then they come at you like, oh, we don't like this show.
Well, there are just certain types of reality shows. Some are really positive, and sadly, sometimes those are the ones that get the least amount of views. Some are like, listen, you're coming to this show for drama. Love and Hip Hop, they want you to come for drama, for the craziness. That's what they want, you know?
Yeah.
So some people want it.
I just don't believe it. I feel like the last real reality TV show was Flavor of Love.
Oh, God.
In New York.
I believe that. I hope that was a lie. It was my show, too, but I want to believe that Hoops was not really checking for play. None of them were really. New York was not really that crazy. But
oh my gosh, that was my show right there. But I feel like I was having this discussion before that vlogging is the new reality TV.
Right? I agree. Like everyone's vlogging, and it's weird. We're all just sort of like living our lives on camera. And then you gravitate to whichever lives sort of relate to you.
Or what you want.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, so like, you vlog?
I do. Not all the time, because I sort of have to maintain some boundaries, since I like work for like MTV and stuff. I can't put everything out there, because I have to have some credit. If y'all saw me every day, nobody would take me seriously. On MTV.
But you vlog about your relationship.
Yeah,
you were in a long distance relationship. So tell me, Amsterdam.
Yeah, almost
Give them your story.
Alright, so like our story, me and my boyfriend Metin, he's on my channel a lot. He also has his own channel, Metamorphosis. I have to put that out.
Yes.
But he's from the Netherlands, and he used to be a professional soccer player. So first he played in Europe, and it was a big deal because Europeans are obsessed with soccer. And then he ended up coming to America to play. So we met while he was in America. I was working for a local news station. He was playing for a local team. And we just hit it off and started dating in person. But we always knew he was supposed to go back to the Netherlands. So I was kind of like, ooh, summer fling.
Yeah.
And then it just wasn't that. Like, we started dating, and then we were like, we can't. Like, not date. So we decided to try long distance. Somehow it worked for 1.5 years. We flew back and forth from the States to Amsterdam. And it was cool because I'd never traveled before. So we would go to Amsterdam, and then we took a train to Paris. We did a quick flight to Rome. We did a flight to Barcelona. So it was this really fun, passionate romance.
Yes.
And it was nice. And then 1 year ago, we sort of took the next steps, if you will. And now we're not long distance anymore. And it's still working. It's not a passionate whirlwind crazy anymore.
But still, it's a
like,
story.
Yeah.
It's a story. That's so romantic.
Yeah.
That's like a real love story, you know? Like something that someone will make a movie about.
Oh! I need to sell that story to somebody.
So, you know, I have to act on it.
He could be my best friend. The best friend is like,
no, that was never.
Don't go to Netherlands. You don't understand. I love him.
But so, what are some tips you could give people that
for long distance?
Long distance.
Okay. Long distance technology, use it to your advantage. We have Skype these days, FaceTime. Like, there's so many easy ways to stay
in contact,
front and center. WhatsApp is a really good free app to use for international texting. You can send voice messages, pictures, video, and it's all free. So that's a good way. If you want to do free international calling, you can download Viber, Viber. The reception's sucky sometimes, but that's another good one. Communication is key. You will learn very quickly if either of you doesn't want to be in this relationship, because it's so easy to just go MIA or just get caught up in your own life and be like, oh, I'll text them later.
Another country.
Yeah, you know, and then you've got time differences, so you can easily use that as an excuse. So to be in a long distance relationship, you just really got to want to be in it, you know, you got to dedicate yourself to it and sort of prioritize it, carve out time every day or every week to just reconnect with this person, and then save those coins, because flights aren't cheap, gas fuel, serious.
I believe that. Like, when I have experienced a long distance relationship with my husband, and we were apart probably 1 year and 9 months.
Yeah.
And then when people ask me, that's the first thing I say, communication.
Yeah.
Because you will find out really quick whether or not it's going to work. If you are not effectively communicating before you guys leave, if the other person gets mad and they can't tell that you're mad because, you know, what you do, and they know something is wrong, and if they don't want to push past that wall and actually get down to the root of the problem,
and that's it.
It just starts crumbling and crumbling until it's just completely gone.
Yep.
And then, I mean, in a way that could be a good thing, because then you're like, okay, we can't communicate. But then, I guess when you're together,
it's
everything
nice.
feels.
But it shows you, like, it helps you communicate better. I felt like Metin and I had a better chance once we were together, and you're talking about living together or whatever it is. A lot of couples, you don't realize, maybe don't communicate. You see each other every day, but you don't really communicate. You're hanging out, you're doing things together, and those things are fun. But when there's a big issue, are we talking about it, or are we just ignoring it and then like cuddling up and forgiving each other? With us being apart, we couldn't just cuddle or use physical touch or goofing off to fix it. All we had was talking to each other, so it forced us to really tackle every issue. So by the time we got together, we were like, well, we've already been in every argument ever.
Yeah, so it just builds like so much more of a bond when you're able to talk about anything.
Yeah.
And then like trust too, because you have to be secure. You have to feel secure in your relationship, because if the other party makes you feel insecure in any type of way, that's another part that could just crumble a relationship. So with the language barrier, he could speak fluent English?
Yeah. So his English, it was good, but it wasn't amazing. And I talk for a living. I love English. I love talking. I love communicating. So it was frustrating sometimes. Like, I would like be going in, and I like to argue. When I argue, I argue. So, but I like it. I enjoy, like, I want you to counter me with, I'd be like, oh dang, I don't know what to say. Like,
you gotta make him wrong.
Right, you know? But we couldn't really do that because it wasn't fair. He wasn't fighting in his first language. He speaks Dutch, and then German, and then English. So it's his third language. He's really good at it, but that's not the one that he expresses his feelings the easiest in. So it was tough in the beginning, so I took it easy on him. But he's gotten much better at telling me off in English. Believe you me. He can say a couple things now. So.
Oh my goodness. So how is it being together, living together? I bet it's just like you're just happy that you're
It's nice. It's so nice. Like, we appreciate being together, where some people might be like, oh my god, I'm sick of you, get out of my face. we can always reflect back to that year and a half where we could never just be with each other in the moments we needed to. So we appreciate it. There was never a big moving in fight because we talked everything out. And so we sort of knew who we were dealing with by the time we really got together. And then for whatever reason, we're just compatible. Like, it just works. I think that's why it worked for a year and a half long distance. For whatever reason, our personalities, neither of us is perfect. We both have issues, but they're different issues. So where I'm weak, he's stronger. Where I'm stronger, he's a little weaker. So we balance each other out. So that translated well when we moved in together, because it was like he's a little more domestic. I'm a little more like hustle, like out in the grind. So we sort of, I don't know, balance.
Yeah, I feel like polar opposites most of the time makes the best.
Yeah, you balance the scale.
Yeah, you know, so you had a video with him with your natural hair.
Yeah.
So how to tell people how he felt about
yeah. Well, man, the thing is, he doesn't care, but in a good way. Like, it's not serious to him. He doesn't think about it. It's not anything that ever stresses him. I've dated guys in the past who would like make me feel bad about my natural hair. Girl,
that's who you don't need to be.
Go watch my video 5 Signs You Date a Douchebag. Based on every man.
Down below.
Right. But yeah, they would like, if it wasn't like long and curly and like mixed with something from the other side of the world,
I was trying to
right, and it has to be all my hair, like just ridiculous demands and expectations. So I was already sort of self-conscious and vulnerable about my natural hair, and so I started dating him, and I was wearing weaves, and he was like, okay, cute, whatever. And then one day I was like, ooh, it's time to take this weave out, and this boy is gonna see me, but I've never had like a real weave conversation. And I took it out, and he was like, cool. So this is what your natural hair looks like. Why don't you just wear it?
Really? So you were just afraid.
Yeah, and I was like, really? Oh, okay. I'll wear it all. Yeah, right. So he has like cut out tracks for me. He has greased the scalp. It's love.
You know it's love when they put on your wig.
Baby, can you hang that wig up on the little hand? I'm walking around. I would have left me by now 1,000 times.
He come home and he's like,
just boom, shake it off.
That's so but my husband prefers me to wear my real hair.
Yeah, I think most men do, honestly. Like, I get it. It's no fun, like, getting caught in tracks.
Or not touch your hair.
Right.
You can't touch your hair.
That's what he is. He just wants to play in whatever my hair is and just, like, mess with me and stuff. And he can't when I'm getting laid. I'm just like, back off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm the same with my real hair.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's weird, right? Yeah. Right. Like, don't be calling on that friction.
I'm saying, though. Where's my satin? Yeah,
but he's very supportive, and he encourages me to just do what I like and look how I like, you know. So whatever.
So what's one thing that you can give as a tip in relationships in New York? Like, one tip. Because it seems like it's fast, it seems like it's hard, and people are still doing their own thing. But you haven't, I don't know, just give me a tip.
No, I haven't what? Go ahead.
You haven't experienced looking for love.
Right, that's true. Well, no, because, okay, so there was this phase in life that I never talk about, but I was in New York off and on for almost 2.5 years back when I was doing music in college. So I would come out here and live for months at a time, and I was single for a big portion of that. I was like working with a girl group. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Wow.
I've been trying to like erase all traces of that for the past like 5 years. But I was out here and I was like struggling, hustling, broke college student, and doing the music. So I was like dating, and it was hard. And that's why this time around I'm so happy I don't have to worry about it. I went on one date with this crazy dude. One time to the Olive Garden. He stalked my life for literally 8 months after, blowing up my phone. His girlfriend was like calling and texting me. Like, why are you with Benny? I was like, I went to the Olive Garden once with this dude, and I had no idea he had a girlfriend. So, the guys here are either super, like, clingy and intense and creepy, because there's a lot of crazies in New York.
Yes.
Or they have so many options, because there are so many beautiful, talented, successful women in New York, that they just think they can do whatever they want. So, it's tough here. So I would say the best way probably to do it is to get with a like-minded circle of people, join organizations or networking events, so that you're sort of meeting people on the same page. Because in New York, you'll meet a crazy on a train, and you won't know they're crazy until a good 6 months into it.
Oh,
like there's just so many crazy people here.
Yeah,
I have so many stories I can tell you.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to tell me that. Later time, because
try to meet guys at like organizational events. You'll know that they're like a young professional like yourself. Yes. There are probably other people around who can speak to their character. You know,
that is true. Especially if you're new in the area and you don't know anyone that knows someone that knows about this person.
Right.
So you're just with somebody
and hoping you figure it all out. You're figuring it all out on your own.
Yeah.
But if there's like a network of mutual friends, it's like, oh, girl, did you know John went crazy on Ashley the other night? Somebody can help shut that situation down for you.
Well, yeah, it was so much fun.
Yay! This was fun.
You know, I'm so happy that you came up here. I was like, she's on television. She's not going to do this.
No, it's really not. Like, nothing is that serious to me. Like, I just be chilling, and everyone thinks I'm not. So,
no?
But no, I'm happy you asked, and this was a lot of fun. So thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, but please check her out. Check out her channel. She has great fashion videos. Yay. Videos with her boo.
Metin.
Okay, check out his channel, Metamorphosis.
It's like metamorphosis, but metamorphosis.
Oh, he's fancy.
Just go to HeyZuriHall.
HeyZuriHall. Like her first though. Right. Like this video, share it, and until next week, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.